Okay, thank you for joining me today. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is examining two different voice types in English. Specifically, we're going to be looking at what's called active and passive voice. Now, for each of these, I have provided a definition and a sample sentence so that we can provide a little bit of clarity as far as what these terms mean. So first, we're going to go ahead and start with what's called the active voice. Now, when a sentence is written in its active voice form, it's essentially telling you that the subject of that sentence, which is our focus, is directly responsible for performing an action, whatever that action happens to be. As an example, we have the chef cooked the meal. Ask yourself, what's the subject in that example? Well, our subject would be, let me go ahead and just shift over, the chef. He's who we're talking about, or whomever. What did they do? What's our verb? It would be cooked. What's the object of that verb? The meal, that's what was cooked. Okay, now the chef, again, is the one directly responsible for cooking this meal. However, if I were to take that same sentence, or rather a sentence that communicates a very similar point, and rewrite it in its passive form, I would instead see that the subject is now on the receiving end of that action. So as an example, we have the meal was cooked by the chef. Here, our subject is the meal. What's our verb? It was cooked. By whom? The chef. Logically, we know that the chef is the one who actually cooked the meal. However, given the construction of this sentence, we can see that the chef instead is the receiver of the action. Therefore, once more, it is passive. Now, for each of these sample sentences, these first five, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try to identify the type of voice that they're in, based on the definitions and the terms we've gone over. So for sentence number one, which reads, the book was read by the students. Well, ask yourself, again, what's our subject? For sentence one, we have the book, that's our focus. What's our verb? Was read, great. Who, or in this case, by whom? In this case, by the students. Okay, we know, once more, logically, that the students are the ones who have read the book. However, given that construction, we can identify that they are receiving the action. Therefore, we can tell that it is in its passive voice form. If you were to rewrite it as its active form, or in its active form, you would say, the students, that's our new subject. What did they do? They read. What did they read? The book. Therefore, the students in that version are directly responsible for performing that action. Sentence number two, we have she painted the fence. What's our subject? We have she. What's the verb? Painted. What's the object? The fence. She, whoever she is directly responsible for painting the fence. Therefore, it is in its active voice form. If you were to rewrite it, just as an example, you could say, the fence was painted by the girl. Okay. Let's go ahead and dig into the next few examples. So here we have the cake, for sentence three, was baked by Mary. Once again, what's our subject? Here we have the cake. Okay, well, what happened? Well, it was baked, great, by whom? In this case, by Mary. Logically, we know that Mary was the one who had actually baked the cake. However, given the construction, we know that it is in its passive voice form. Okay, let's dig into sentence number four. He completed the project. What's our subject? We have he. What did he do? Verb would be completed. What's the object of the verb? The project. Okay, he directly completed the project. Therefore, it is in its active form. Just for kicks, if you were to rewrite sentence number four in its passive form, you would say, the project was completed by him, or whoever this person is. All right, and final sample, we have sentence number five, which reads, the homework was finished by the class. Okay, again, we know that it is in fact the class, logically, who have finished the homework. But given the way that it's written, in its passive voice form, the class is receiving that action. So let's go ahead and modify that one so that it's in its active voice form, in which the the class are directly responsible for having finished the homework. I'm getting it all mixed up. So if I were to rewrite sentence five in the active voice form, I would say, the class, that's our subject, finished, which is our verb, the homework. Done. And for this, these final two sentences, let's first identify each sentence type, which voice it's in, and convert it. Oh, excuse me, I guess it's already done for you, isn't it? So here for sentence number 1, we have a passive voice sentence. We're going to go ahead and try to rewrite that in its active form. So reading sentence 1, we have the book was read by the students. It's a sample sentence we've had before. Okay, to make it active, we would say the students are subject. What did they do? They read. Okay, what did they read? The book. So they, once more, are responsible. Sentence number 2 looks like it's in its active form, and we're looking to put it in its passive form. Active, it reads the chef, subject, verb, prepared, object, the meal. Okay, passive would be the meal was prepared by the chef. Okay, hopefully this video was helpful and it provided a little bit of clarity as far as the distinction between both active and passive voice. I look forward to hopefully working with you again on the next grammar exercise. Please feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section below so I can improve these videos moving forward. Thank you.